Figurized Standard Amplified Omegamon X-Antibody. Hey, how's it going? In today's video, we have the Figurized Standard Amplified Omegamon X-Antibody from Bandai. This kit was released in November of 2021, and it costed me $79.99 Canadian. I believe the first showing of this Digimon was from the Digimon movie X-Evolution. I could be wrong though. Omegamon is part of a group called the Royal Knights, a group of Digimon who are very powerful but are also assholes. However, this iteration of Omegamon is a carrier of the X-Antibody, pretty much just giving him a massive redesign and juicing him up to the gill. And all I gotta say is he looks magnificent. And before we begin the review, here is the X-Antibody next to the normal Omegamon. Yeah, we got a considerable size difference here. And though the X-Antibody's design might look a little too busy, I definitely prefer it over the normal Omegamon. And we know that the normal Omegamon comes with its issues. Let's see if the X-Antibody has resolved any of those problems. So let's get this review started, beginning with the box. And wow, I gotta say that box art is beautiful. Definitely wallpaper worthy. I should look into if I could get something like that. And because it's the X-Antibody, you could see the X-Evolution here. So I'm assuming Bandai is probably going to make other X-Antibody kits. And turning the box aside, we got a neutral posed Omegamon that is labeled as unpainted. Cool how Bandai is actually showing that now. And we got a larger image of a painted Omegamon, which looks absolutely beautiful. And we have some word description boxes here and there. I ain't reading that to you. Do it yourself. On the other side of the box, we got the Omegamon in some cool action poses. And we have a little small panel highlighting the cape, which is actually a similar design to the Gallantmon's. The box art and box images look great, and I'm happy to say, the model kit looks great also. I'll have you know this kit is panel lined and all the stickers are applied, which is actually my only major complaint. This kit comes with a decent amount of stickers, and a majority of the stickers are on curved surfaces, and the adhesive is not that strong, meaning it will come off. There's quite a bit of foil stickers used, but not all of them are bad. The ones on the kneecaps actually look pretty good, probably because it's covered by clear plastic. And then there are some really bad sticker placements, like the one on this crotch piece, that's actually coming off. At a glance, it may look pretty good, but I wish Bandai just gave us colored part separation. It would look so much better. On a positive note, the sword is not a sticker. It's actually a thin plastic piece, similar to that of the cape. And it's wedged behind a clear plastic piece, right in the center of the sword. And I'm happy to say it looks so much better than the Omegamon's stupid sticker sword. And that pretty much summarizes the whole kit. It looks a lot better than the previous Omegamon. The design is very sharp, really good surface level detail, especially for panel lining, a decent amount of colored part separation, just overall a really good looking kit. Though I would also understand if you would think the design is very busy. Also, I'm happy to point out that they scrapped the previous cloak design. The one on the previous Omegamon just was heavy and cumbersome. We now have a cloak that's based off the amplified Gallantmon's design. And like the sword, it's a thin plastic membrane that has very nice designs on it, and is highly reflective. Look at that sheen, look at that gloss, that is beautiful. And it's possibly my favorite part of the kit. And the cloak is very similar to the Gallantmon's, however, it's just longer. It's a little tricky to assemble, and because it's kind of delicate, just be careful when you assemble the cape. Speaking of assembling, I would rank this kit close to a master grade in terms of build difficulty. The build took a couple of hours, the marks are barely visible, and I didn't run into any issues. Overall, the complete product is just a beautiful looking kit, beside the stickers. And normally the gold injected plastic would look very cheap and tacky, but for this kit, it doesn't look bad. So personally for me, I found that Bandai knocked it out of the park with this design. But can I still say the same with the articulation? Let's take a look. And like always, we're going to start with the head. Because of the shape of the head, it's going to be a little difficult to 360, but it could definitely do it. Head is able to tilt up and down this much, and this much of a side-to-side pivot. For torso articulation, the chest is separate from the waist, giving it some articulation here. In addition, the trunk of the body is able to move side to side as well, giving it excellent side bend. There's a decent back extension, and a limited ab crunch. Rotation for the torso is restricted, so we can't do a 360. Moving along to the back, where we take a look at the cloak, it's made of 3 segments, with the 2 outer segments being on a ball joint, giving it a lot of range of motion, and that's pretty fun to play with. This ball joint also allows it to tilt up and down, similar to that of the center of the cloak. The attachment point also allows it to do a full 360 rotation, and I'm happy to say that the cloak is actually stuck on very solidly, unlike the previous Omegamon. I just gotta say it again, the cloak is absolutely beautiful. Moving on to the arm articulation, because each arm is different, I'll be taking a look at them individually. But for both arms, we have this much of an internal-external shoulder rotation. Really good. This shoulder pauldron piece is on a ball joint, allowing it some good swivel movement. The Wargreymon arm is able to abduct this far. Any further than that shoulder piece is going to clash with the head. The arm could easily do a full 360. The upper bicep can also do a 360, however because of the head of the Wargreymon, it kind of gets in the way. The head also limits the elbow bend. Now coming down to the Wargreymon's head itself, let's remove this sword, and you'll be able to open the Wargreymon's mouth. Also, the horns on the Wargreymon is able to do a 360. Moving on to the other arm, this spiky shoulder gauntlet part could move up and down. Arm adductions this much. Upper bicep rotation. And the elbow bend is non-existent. However, it can kind of hyperextend the other way. Gross. And that's it for the Metal Garurumon arm. There isn't much going on here. And before we move down to the legs, I'm just going to remove the cape right now so I don't damage it. Alrighty, for splits we have this much. Yeah, due to the design of the leg, it sucks. The upper armor pieces of the leg starts running into the waist armor, and so we don't have a split. However, the hip joint connecting the leg is pretty good. Not a substitute for the poor splits. Also a negative aspect of the leg armor, it restricts the 360 rotation. Though the hip area might be restricted, the rest of the leg joint does have really good articulation. Check out this double knee bend, pretty much able to kick itself in the back. Excellent mobility here. And if you don't think that's impressive, how about this? A fully extended back leg extension. And yes, you can actually balance this and have it stand by itself. Simply ridiculous. I love it. And yes, the front leg raise is as impressive. And with a little work, it too can balance. I know no one will actually put it into this pose, but it's definitely fun to play with and it's doable. Also, there's no way in hell this is going to work with a cape. Coming down to the ankles, we have a full 360 rotation of the ankle, really good. And an excellent side-to-side ankle swivel. Very good range of motion here. Very limited dorsiflexion. And a very good extension. Also, the toes are able to move individually up and down. So with the articulations pretty much everywhere, we have some good parts, some bad parts. You'd think, we could pull off some cool poses. In reality, not really. Though the hip mobility is pretty good, spreading the legs is pretty much impossible because the armor of the legs run into the waist armor. And because of this restriction, pretty much balancing it is nigh impossible on the ground. You're gonna have to put it on an action base. And this is without the cape. The arm articulation is equally as bad. Because of the size of the head, the arms can barely bend, thus limiting the posing mobility for the arms. And to pose this, you're pretty much gonna need an action base. So let's move on to the extras. First thing we have the action base adapter. It slots right into the back of the waist, like so. And since I use action base ones, you're also going to need this adapter piece which comes with the action base. Snip off the extra piece at the end. Get your action base, not included. Slot the adapter piece right into the other adapter piece in its butt. Then just put it onto the action base. And yeah, it definitely looks good. However, a word of caution. The Omegamon's action base connector is actually very weak, so a strong nudge can knock it off. Just keep that in mind. As for the other extras, we already took a look at them, but here they are again, the grey sword. The Wargreymon's head is redesigned, it looks awesome, and the sword is removable. Bandai also gives us a plastic piece similar to that of the cape, which we use on the sword. Then we are given a clear plastic piece that sandwiches the seals inside. Overall, a better approach to how they dealt with the sword, in contrast to what we had with the other Omegamon. Next up we have the Garuru cannon. The mouth can open quite a bit, and the cannon is also detachable. And though compared to the Wargreymon, the Metal Garurumon's head isn't as significantly redesigned, it still looks very good. And for this next section, I had to move down to my building room, because I really don't want to bring up and down a bunch of kits. And if you're wondering why, it's for this next part. The Omegamon X-Antibody comes with adapter pieces, which allows you to combine previous kits, making it quite modular. So let's take a look. First up, we can attach the Brave Shield onto the Omegamon X, and you're going to need that adapter piece that comes with the Wargreymon. Now get yourself your Wargreymon. Remove the wings, attach them onto the adapter, take off Omegamon's cloak, then just attach the Brave Shield onto the Omegamon. Definitely doesn't look bad, however I still prefer the cloak. Moving on, we got the Metal Garurumon, and it looks like we're just going to be taking the wings off of it, and making it become a sword thing. So first up, remove the wings, then remove the missiles from the wings, get this adapter piece that comes with the Omegamon X-Antibody, then attach the wings onto the adapter, then take the great sword out, then attach the new weapon. And I gotta say, this looks pretty good as well. Too bad there's no way of putting the sword in the middle of that. Also, remember those missile pods you took off? Yes, you could put them on the side of the knees. Weird, but I don't hate it. Additionally, if you have the Imperial Dramon, you can also put the Positron Laser on the knee, which looks absolutely ridiculous. And moving along, we're gonna need the Machine Dramon. For this next step, we're gonna need to remove the Giga Blasters, and they're gonna go right into these two sockets on the back. The connection for the Giga Blasters are pretty strong, so you don't have to worry about it falling off, and it looks pretty absurd, but I like it. Alternatively, you can remove the Giga Blasters off of the backpack, grab this unique adapter that also comes with the X-Antibody, and it can fit in right into the action base adapter. Then just plug in the two Giga Blasters and you got this weird hip blaster thing going on. For the final attachment, you're going to need the Gallantmon, or Dukemon, whatever. Remove the lance, and the shield. Then you're going to need to detach the front part of the cannon. Grab this other adapter piece that comes with the kit. And then you can attach the lance. And this by far is my favorite attachment. And for the shield, you'll need another adapter. Yeah, lots of adapters for this kit. Plug the adapter into the back, then attach the shield. Yeah, I'm not feeling this attachment, but it's nice to have it. And that's it for the extra attachment gimmicks. It's very cool that Bandai gave us this option. Having the Omegamon be modular is very interesting, and it's good for the custom community. And it makes me look forward to the future Digimon kits, see what we could just mix up. And the shield's really heavy. The only unfortunate part of this gimmick is that you would have to buy a lot of other kits just to experience this, so it's up to you. But like I said before, very cool gimmick. So throughout this review, I've been handling this kit quite a bit, and I could confidently say it's absolutely solid. But don't take my word for it, we're gonna start the shake test. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. Still intact, nothing fell off, nothing dropped, and I wasn't pussyfooting around, I was actually trying to just tear it apart. And as you clearly saw, nothing fell off, not even the cape. That's a good indicator that it's a solid kit. Now let's move on to sizing. First off, the Omegamon X-Antibody stands around 8.5 inches tall, or 21.59 centimeters, making it quite a tall kit. For some size comparison, here is it next to the entry grade Arc 78-2, Master Grade Arc 78-2, the Origin, the Flame Toy Optimus Prime Attack Mode. I already did this early in the video, but here it is again, next to the Figurized Standard Amplified Omegamon, as well as the Figurized Standard Amplified Gallantmon, or Dukemon. The X-Antibody towers over both of them. Also here it is next to DK, Haro, Doraemon, a plastic spoon, a small lamp thing, a large sized bubble tea, and some drugs. Nah, I'm kidding, it's just Omega 3, I need him because I'm old. And being so tall, you can see that it has some pretty good shelf presence, taking up a lot of space up in here, and it will definitely look good in your collection. So concludes my review. What are my final thoughts for this kit? I'm going to start off with the negatives. Firstly, I do not like the stickers. A lot of the sticker placements are on curved surfaces, so the stickers do not adhere properly, and the adhesive for it is not that strong, so they'll definitely come off sooner or later. I know I already lost like 3 stickers from doing this review. But at least there's no sticker for the sword. That alone makes me quite happy. However, stickers still suck. Next up, I want to address its articulation, which is quite limited. Similar to its predecessor, the original Omegamon, this kit has very little mobility in its arms. And though it has exceptional leg mobility, the armor design on the upper leg clashes so much with the waist that it just inhibits its hip mobility, which is unfortunate because its front and back hip mobility is amazing, as you've seen with its ballerina poses. But that's pretty much it for any negatives. Appearance wise, overlooking the stickers, it's a beautiful kit. Good colored part separation. I actually like the gold in this kit, and typically gold injected plastic kind of looked a little tacky, but this one it fits the kit very well. The cape is absolutely beautiful, and I'm quite a fan of the X-Antibody's design, so even as a straight build, this kit looks great. And though this kit isn't difficult to build, I still recommend it for more experienced builders. But, you know, you don't have to listen to me, just get whatever you freaking want, and just put some time and effort into it. And as you saw from my shake test, this kit's an absolute rock. Throughout the whole recording process, nothing fell off, and it was really easy to work with. Also, I absolutely love the attachment gimmick that this kit has, making it all modular, being able to equip previous Digimon's weapon attachments and stuff, that's really cool. Definitely catering to the customized builders. And I would actually recommend this kit, it's a pretty solid kit. Unless you think the design is too busy, I understand that too. And yeah, I do understand it's kind of pricey as well. But hopefully this video could shed some insight into the kit, let you think about it, what have you. But thanks for watching my video, I hope you like it, I enjoy making it. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, check out my channel. I got a whole bunch more, and I'm gonna keep making them because I'm a nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye.